the silence dark, whispers in the midnight park. The night is cold, there's no
Welcome to Real Talk, the Horror Edition. This is the podcast where cinema isn't just entertainment, it's an experience. I'm your host Josh, and whether I'm diving into the artistry of filmmaking, breaking down unforgettable performances, or just uncovering the twisted genius behind horror classics, I like to keep it real. No sugarcoating, no fluff, just honest, passionate film discussion. On our main channel, Real Talk, we explore the magic, the madness, and everything in between, from groundbreaking storytelling to the weird and wonderful corners of cinema history. And if you're here for the horror edition, we'll get ready to descend into the dark, where we celebrate the eerie, the unsettling, and the blood-curdling brilliance of horror. If you love movies as much as I do, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're enjoying our show, take a moment to rate and review. It always helps us grow and reach more film lovers like both of us. And to keep the conversation going, follow us on Real Talk on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky for bonus content, behind-the-scenes insight, and plenty of movie talk. Have a question, a film recommendation, or just want to say hi? You can also shoot me an email at therealtalk@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and let's get into it, because the real talk starts now. Hey everyone, and welcome to Real Talk Horror Edition. I am your host, Josh, and today I have something really special for you. This is a mini episode where I'm going to dive into a quick, spoiler-free review of a film I just watched. And let me tell you, this one I don't think you're going to want to miss. So what's on the docket today? Well, I want to talk about The Sinners, directed by the brilliant Ryan Coogler and starring the ever-talented Michael B. Jordan. This movie had me in awe from start to finish. Seriously, after just the one viewing, I've got to give this a perfect 10 out of 10. It is that good. Now, I want to break down what worked, what didn't, and whether this film deserves a spot on your watch list. Spoiler alert, it absolutely does. But first, grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's get into it. So, let's dive first into the heart of The Sinners. This is a supernatural horror film that takes us back to the Mississippi Delta circa 1932. We have the twin brothers, Smoke and Stack, both portrayed by Michael B. Jordan. They're returning to their hometown after some time in Chicago with these hopes of starting out new. But instead of a warm welcome, they end up finding themselves face to face with a chilling supernatural evil. I mean, talk about a rough homecoming, right? The film is set against this rich historical backdrop that the backdrop, just this Mississippi Delta, is both captivating and eerie. The Delta in the early 20th century is brought to life with stunning visuals and this meticulous attention to detail. You can almost feel the humidity and hear the distant strains of blues music just wafting through the air. Now, the setting isn't just a backdrop, it's a character in itself. It adds all these layers of depth and authenticity to the story. And then just the characters in general. Smoke and Stack are compelling protagonists. Each have their own struggles and aspirations, and Michael B. Jordan delivers a powerhouse performance where he brings this mix of vulnerability and strength to both of those roles. And you can't help but kind of root for these brothers as they're navigating the treacherous waters of their hometown, both the literal and the figurative. But I think for me, what really sets Sinners apart is this unique blend of horror and music. The way music is used to bridge cultures and time it's nothing short of genius. And Ludwig Göransson's hauntingly beautiful soundtrack blends blues, jazz, and soul, and it creates a soundscape that I think is both timeless and very otherworldly. The music isn't just an accompaniment to the scenes, it's really enhancing everything, and it adds such an emotional depth and atmosphere, and it pulls you so much deeper into the story. And I can't forget the mastermind behind the film, Ryan Coogler. If you're a fan of his phenomenal work from Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, you're in for a treat because Coogler's direction is as sharp as ever. He brings this fresh perspective to the horror genre. He has this ability to weave together this historical context, really compelling characters, and supernatural elements, and it's really impressive. Now, this movie was just released, and it's already garnering critical acclaim for its direction and its score. Critics have been praising Coogler's vision, Göransson's soundtrack, and it's absolutely easy to see why. This film really is a standout in horror cinema. It offers a unique and captivating experience it's both terrifying and absolutely beautiful. But there's more. For me, the absolute best part of this movie is Delroy Lindo's performance as Delta Slim. He is absolutely amazing. He brings this level of gravitas, of emotional depth to the role that is truly Oscar worthy. Lindo's portrayal of Delta Slim, it's nuanced and powerful, and it makes him stand out in a film that's already filled with stellar performances from everyone. And if there's any justice left in the world, he'll be in the Oscar conversation for this role. So let's talk about a couple of standout moments in The Sinners. And this film is packed with highlights that make it a must-watch. And I just want to share a couple with you. First off, again, it's that music in the movie. It's an absolute game changer. I mean, there is a scene in the movie, and you'll know it when you watch it, where it's supernatural and everything is bridged together, bringing culture and history from modern to the past through the music and the scene. It is just, it's everything that we want music to be. Music is what our feelings, what our emotions sound like, and this really does that. The haunting blues that echo the pain and the resilience of those who live in the Mississippi Delta, and the soulful jazz that capture the spirit of the era. This soundtrack just gives it so much depth and atmosphere. And it's organic, it's transcendent. It pulls you into this world of Smoke and Stack, and it makes you feel every moment of their journey. And I really cannot overstate it. The performance of Delroy Lindo as Delta Slim. He brings just so much emotion and depth to the role as this. He's an alcoholic musician who plays for less for money and more for corn liquor. And he just is such a powerful influence and a powerful person in the film that, honestly, if he doesn't get the Oscar nod, I will be absolutely shocked. But because every scene he's in is elevated by his presence, and he delivers his lines. It's so believable. It's so heartbreaking. Everything about Delroy Lindo is spot on perfection. And then there's Michael B. Jordan, who somehow plays these twin brothers, Smoke and Stack, as two complete individual humans. He brings this mix of vulnerability and strength to both of the characters. Makes them feel real, makes them feel relatable. You can see the pain in Smoke's eyes as he confronts the supernatural evil. You can feel Stack's determination to protect his brother and their legacy. And I think it's Jordan's ability to switch between these two distinct personalities so seamlessly. That's a testament to his talent as a performer. And then the visuals here. The cinematography is stunning. The film's rich historical setting is brought to life so meticulously. The Mississippi Delta in 1932 here is depicted with such authenticity that, again, you can feel the humidity in the air. You can breathe the dirt in the streets. The way they use the light and shadow to create an eerie atmosphere that's just perfect for horror. Every frame is so carefully crafted to enhance the storytelling and make the supernatural elements feel more real and all more terrifying. In Ryan Coogler's direction, his vision for this film is absolutely clear, it's compelling, and he seamlessly weaves together historical context, compelling characters, and these over-the-top supernatural elements so well. It makes this a standout not just in the horror genre, but kind of in a historical drama as well. This film, it's not just scary, it's emotionally resonant, and it's thought-provoking. This is the kind of movie we should be talking about. This is a movie that really excels in every aspect. From the music, the performances, the visuals, the direction, it all comes together and creates this unique, captivating experience. A film that'll stay with you and make you think about it and talk about it and feel it long after you've left the theater. So if you are a fan of horror, of historical dramas, or just great filmmaking, The Sinners is definitely worth checking out. And if horror isn't your thing, this is not the over-the-top bloodfest. It is all very well done. It will not gross you out, I don't think. It's subtle but scary and emotionally raw. And as I like to do around here, I like to keep things real. No film is without flaws, and The Sinners is not an exception to that. Now, it is a fantastic movie, but there are a few areas where it probably could have been a bit tighter. First off, the pacing. Some viewers might find that first half of the film a bit slow. It takes its time to build up the tension, and that can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it really allows for this deep character development and rich immersive atmosphere. But on the other hand, it might test the patience of those who were eager for the horror elements to kick in. Personally, I really appreciated that slow burn, but I can understand how that might not be everyone's cup of tea. And then there's the supernatural elements. While this film does an amazing job with its political and social themes, there are moments where the supernatural aspects could feel a bit underwhelming in comparison. The horror elements are there, but they sometimes take a back seat to this more grounded real-world issues that the film is tackling. And it's a delicate balance, and for me, Coogler handles it almost perfectly, but I can understand where a horror fan would want some of that supernatural evil to just pack a little bit more of a punch. But these are minor quibbles in the grand scheme of this film. They do not in any way ruin the experience. The Sinners is this compelling, thought-provoking film that is absolutely well worth your time. So, I know this is a mini, so I'll start to wrap it up. We covered a lot on this one, and I've got to say, The Sinners really left an impression on me. It's a truly special film, and I'm excited that I'm able to share my thoughts with you. First off, the uniqueness of the film, because it's not your typical horror. It's supernatural, but it has this historical twist. It's really a grounded film in the Mississippi Delta. And its blend of horror and history is done so well that you're watching a piece of art unfold on screen. That rich historical setting adding layers of depth, making this less a film and more an experience. And the emotional depth really sets it apart. All of the characters and the relationships between the Smoke and Stack, the twins, with their loved ones, and Delroy Lindo and Michael Caton, the newcomer, they're just all so perfectly well done. And the way the film throws in these themes of family and legacy and balances it with supernatural is just so poignant and powerful. And one more mention for Ludwig Göransson's soundtrack. It is absolutely transcendent. the way he blends all of the blues and jazz and soul to create this haunting and beautiful soundscape that is just perfect and genius. The music, again, it does not just accompany the scenes, it enhances them, it adds emotional depth and an atmosphere that helps to pull you deeper into the story. And the way that it shows music bridging cultures and time and creating connection that feels organic and timeless. And before I wrap up, one more time, I think it can't be stated enough. Delroy Lindo as Delta Slim is such a powerful, nuanced performance. Captures the character's struggles with alcohol and his triumphs with such an authenticity that you can't help but be moved. It is absolutely the definition of Oscar worthy, and I believe he deserves to be in the conversation, if not the front runner for the honor. So, my final takeaway, The Sinners is a unique and captivating film, and it is a must-watch for not just horror fans, but for fans of film and cinema. I give it a perfect 10 out of 10 for its emotional depth, strong performance, and the transcendent use of music. This is a solid, must-watch movie that I do believe will stay with you long after you've seen it. And I don't think I'm done with The Sinners just yet. I will be doing a full-blown deep dive into this film in the future, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to wait until it's out on DVD, pick up a physical copy, and watch it a few more times, because there is so much to explore and discuss, and I can't wait to share that with everyone. But as I wrap up, thank you so much for joining me on this mini episode of Real Talk Horror Edition. If you liked what you heard, make sure to subscribe, rate, leave a review. It really helps me out. Your feedback is what keeps me going and helps me bring more awesome content. Don't forget to follow me on social media for more updates, behind the scenes content, and more. I'm on Instagram, Threads, at Real Talk. Join the conversation. Let me know what you thought of The Sinners and any of the other films that we review, or maybe recommend something that we can review in the future. And take care, and always thank you so much for listening. I truly appreciate it. And then, if you ever see a ghost, just remember, they're probably looking for a good movie recommendation. Have a great day, guys.